Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Enam Kanvandam Aravindanalaya Taksham Varhavatam Samasitam Buddha Sundarangam Kandar Bhagom Vidamaniya Nishesha Shobham Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Andani Yasa Sakalen Priya Priti Manti Vasyan Dipan Dikayanti Chiram Naganti Ananda Chinmaya Sadhu Jala Vigrahasya Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Govindam Adi Purusham
राधा श्याम सुंदर राधा श्याम सुंदर राधे राधा श्याम सुंदर राधा श्याम सुंदर राधे जय कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम जय कृष्ण बलराम जय कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम जय कृष्ण बलराम जय गौरानिताय 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 जय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय 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 जय गौरानिताय जय प्रभुपदां प्रभुपदां प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा श्री गुरु चरण पद्मां केवल भक्ति सद्मां श्री गुरु चरण पद्मां केवल भक्ति सद्मां बंदो मुई सावधान माते बंदो मुई सावधान माते यहर प्रसादे भाई एवा भवतारिया या यहर प्रसादे भाई एवा भवतारिया या कृष्ण प्राप्ति होय यहाँ होइते कृष्ण प्राप्ति होय यहाँ होइते गुरु मुखा पद्मावाक्या कितते करिया ए क्या गुरु मुख पद्मावाक्या कितते करिया ए क्या और न करिहा मने आशा
और न करिहा मने आशा श्री गुरु चरण रति ऐसे उत्तम गति श्री गुरु चरण रति ऐसे उत्तम गति ये प्रसादे पूरे सर्व आशा ये प्रसादे पूरे सर्व आशा चक्षुदान दे लो यही जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से ओ चक्षुदान दे लो यही जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशिता दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशिता ते माँ भक्ति जहाँ है ते अविदा विनाशियत ते माँ भक्ति जहाँ है ते अविदा विनाशियत हो वेद गाय यार चरिता हो वेद गाय जार चरिता श्री गुरु करुण सिंधु आदम जनार बंधु श्री गुरु करुण सिंधु आदम जनार बंधु लोके नाथ लोके राजीवाना हो लोके नाथ लोके राजीवाना अह प्रभु करो दया देव मोरे पादशया अह प्रभु करो दया देव मोरे पादशया एबे आज घोषित भुवाना ओ एबे आज घोषित भुवाना प्रभु पार्वती तपवाना प्रभु पार्वती तपवाना जय प्रभु पदा प्रभु पदा प्रभु पदा जय प्रभु पदा जय प्रभु पदा प्रभु पदा प्रभु पदा जय प्रभु पदा नमः ओम विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपष्टाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांता स्वामी इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशे तारिणे Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Chaitanya Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Chant loudly. Everyone please. Oh Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Oh Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Jai Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Bihari, Jaya Kunja Bihari, Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Bihari.
Jaya Ram. Jaya Kunja Jaya Gopi Jana Balaba Jaya Giribaradare Jaya Giribaradare Jaya Gopi Jana Jaya Giribaradari Jaya Giribaradari Jaya Gopi Jana Balaba Jaya Giribaradari Jaya Giribaradari Jaya Gopi Jaya Giribaradari Jaya Yasodanandana Jaya Braja Janaranjana Jaya Braja Janaranjana Jaya Jaya Braja Janaranjana Jaya Yasodanandana Jaya Braja Janaranjana Jaya Braja Janaranjana Jaya Yasodana Jaya Braja Janaranjana Jaya Yamuna Chirabanachari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Yamuna Chira Jaya Yamuna Chirabanachari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Yamuna Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Jaya Gopi Jana Balaba Jaya Giribaradari Jaya Giribaradari Jaya Gopi Jana Jaya Gopi Jana Balaba Jaya Giribaradari Jaya Giribaradari Jaya Gopi Jana Jaya Yasodanandana Jaya Braja Janaranjana Jaya Braja Janaranjana Jaya Yasodana Jaya Yasodanam Dana Jaya Braja Janaranjana Jaya Braja Janaranjana Jaya Yasodana Jaya Yamuna Chirabanachari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Yamuna Chirabanachari Jaya Yamuna Chirabanachari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Yamuna Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai go Haribo, 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 Nitai go Haribo. Jaya Vishnupa Paramahansa Parivrakracharya Stuta Sattva Srimad A.C. Bhakti-Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jaya Vishnupa Paramahansa Parivrakracharya Stuta Sattva Srimad Bhakti-Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Ki Adanta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki ISKCON Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki Nitai Gopi Menandi. All glory to the Sami devotees, all glories to the Sami devotees, all glories to the Sami devotees. All glories to the lotus feet of Sri Sri Guru Gauranga. Hare Krishna. Narayana Namaskritya Narayana Narotamam Devam Sarasati Vyasam Tato Jayam Diraye Nasta Prayesva Bhadresu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloki Bhakti Bhavati Nastiki Vediramani Cheva Purane Bharati Tata Hadu Adyam Chamadi Chahari Sabata Giyati Mokam Karoti Vachalam Prangulam Garti Grihi Yakripataham Vande Sri Guru Dunatarine Paramananda Madhavam Dhamma Prajita Kadavutra Paramoni Masram Satan Vedam Vastavam Matavastum Shivadan Tabata Yomolanan Shima Bhagavatam was that so sweet action and Krishna Yashiva Shamanaya Krishna Paramapurushe Bhakti Tavadi Punsan Sukha Moa Baya Payad Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Namamo Vishnupadaya Krishna Vishtabdala Shmati Bhaktivinoda Swami Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Puchayani Nebisi Sashnivadi Pashtu Nistarine Vancha Kapa Tubhyascha Kripa Sundibhavacha Patitana Pavana Vibhyo Vaishnava Vibhyo Namo Namaha. So today we are starting the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 43. This is the killing of Kuvalayapida elephant. Krishna kills the elephant, Kuvalayapida. So this is the beginning of the chapter. Maybe I can just read the summary first. You have the summary on the board? Huh? Okay. So I just read the summary, and then we read the text. This chapter tells how Lord Krishna killed the lordly elephant Kuvalayapida, how Krishna and Balaram entered the wrestling arena, and what Krishna said to the wrestler Chanura. After finishing their early morning rituals, Krishna and Balaram heard kettle drums heralding the start of the wrestling match, and they went to see the festivities. At the gate of the wrestling arena, they encountered an elephant named Kuvalayapida, who attacked Krishna at the urging of his keeper. The mighty elephant grabbed at Krishna with his trunk, but the Lord struck back and then disappeared from the beast's sight among his legs. Enraged at not being able to see Krishna, Kuvalayapida sought him out with his sense of smell and seized him. But the Lord pulled loose. In this way, Krishna teased and tormented Kuvalayapida, finally yanking out one of his tusks and beating him and his keepers to death. Sprinkled with the elephant's blood and carrying one of his tusks on his shoulders as a weapon, Lord Krishna appeared unprecedentedly beautiful as he entered the wrestling arena. There, the various classes of people saw him in different ways, according to their specific relationship with him. When King Kamsa heard how Krishna and Balaram had killed Kuvalayapida, he realized they were invincible and became filled with anxiety. The members of the audience, on the other hand, became joyful as they reminded one another about the Lord's amazing pastimes. The people declared that Krishna and Balaram must be two expansions of the Supreme Lord Narayan, who had descended into the house of Vasudev. Chanura then stepped forward and challenged Krishna and Balaram to wrestle, saying King Kamsa wished to see such a match. Krishna replied, although we are merely nomadic forest folk, we are nonetheless subjects of the king. Thus, we will not hesitate to please him with an exhibition of wrestling. As soon as Chanura heard this, he suggested that Krishna should wrestle him and that Balaram should wrestle Mustika. So we read text number 1. Sisuka uvacha ata Krishna cha ramascha krita saucho parantapa maladundubi nigoshan suta rastan upeyatu Sisuka uvacha ata Krishna charamascha krita saucho parantapa maladundubi nigoshan suta drasthanupeyatu. You can chant. Ata Krishnascha Ramacha Socho Parantapa Sisuka uvacha Matajis. Oh, okay. Matajis. Krishna's charamascha Krita Sancho Sri Suka Uvacha. Sri Sukadev Goswami said, Atha, next, Krishna, Krishna, Cha, and Rama, Balaram, Cha, also, Krita, having carried out Saucho, purification, Parantapa, O chastiser of the enemies, Mala, of the wrestling match, Dundubi of the kettle drums, Negotium, the resounding vibration, Srutva, hearing, Drastum, to see, Upeyatum, they approached. Translation and purport by disciples of Srila Prabhupada. Sukadev Goswami said, O chastiser of enemies, Krishna and Balaram, having executed all necessary purification, then heard the kettle drums resounding at the wrestling arena, and they went there to see what was happening. Purport. Srila Sridhar Swami explains the words Krita Sacho, having executed all necessary purification, as follows. 2 days previously, Krishna and Balaram had executed the purification. They are relieved from offense by performing heroic deeds. The Lord's reasoned, even after we have made our power known by breaking the bow and by performing other feats, our parents have still not secured freedom. Kamsa is again trying to kill them. Therefore, although he is our maternal uncle, it will not be wrong for us to kill him. They assured their offenselessness by this reasoning. Gurave Gurachandraya Rajikadlaya Tadalaya Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tad Bhaktayo Namo Namah. So I thank everyone for being here for the class, and also those who are watching from the Vrindavan TV, and also the senior devotees who are here. Hare Krishna. So I just read the text again. Ata Krishna Charamascha Kita Sacho Parantapa Mala Dundubi Nigoshan Krutwa Srutwa Drastum Upe Yatuhu. Sukadeva Goswami said, O chastiser of enemies, Krishna and Balaram, having executed all necessary purification, then heard the kettle drums resounding at the wrestling arena, and they went there to see what was happening. So as we've heard in the summary, about the fact that the Kamsa, he had arranged this sacrifice. It's called Dhanujaga, the sacrifice of bow, the bow sacrifice, and also the wrestling match, the wrestling competition. His main purpose is to kill Krishna. That's his main purpose. That's the reason why he had sent Akrura to Vrindavan to go and bring Krishna from Vrindavan to Mathura, because after all, so many demons, many powerful demons that Kansa had sent to Vrindavan, they were unable to kill Krishna, but rather all of them end up in getting killed. So now, Kamsa, he was very leery of why this boy is not getting killed. So he brought him, Krishna and Balaram, to Mathura to come and take part in the wrestling arena, in the wrestling match, the wrestling competition. And of course, the previous day, as we read in the last chapter, that the bow which actually is a bow of Lord Shiva. This is bow. It's a very huge bow that no living entity can lift it. Nobody within this universe can lift that bow because it is bow of Lord Shiva. Actually, the same bow was there during Lord Ram's wedding ceremony, because that time this bow had been kept in the palace of Janaka Maharaj, this bow, and that Janaka Maharaj, he had made a stipulation that because this bow belonged to Lord Shiva, so Janaka Maharaj, he made a stipulation that anyone who will marry my daughter must be able to lift this bow. Anyone who will marry my daughter, he said that condition, that only a person who will marry my daughter, who will be able to lift this bow, will be able to marry my daughter. So many powerful men came from all over the world, all over the universe. Even Ravan himself came, and Ravan is very, very powerful. Ravan was powerful that he lifted Mount Kailash. He lifted Mount Kailash where Lord Shiva was staying. He carried Mount Kailash. So that's how powerful Ravan was. But when he came to lift the bow so that he can marry Sita Devi, he could not even lift. He could not do nothing. He could not lift the bow. He was totally powerless. And then, because Lord Ram and his brothers, they were also there, so Lord Ram, at the request of Vishwamitra, because that time, Janaka Maharaj, he had become very frustrated that no Kshatriya could lift this bow. He said, okay, let my daughter remain unmarried. Because he said there's not a single Kshatriya who's powerful enough to lift this bow. So he had made a determination that his daughter will be unmarried. His daughter, in this case, Sita Devi. So, and then Vishwamitra requested Lord Ram. That time Ram he was very young, like 16 years old, 16. So he wasn't like as powerful, as strong as of course he's God, so it doesn't matter what age he is, but he was 16 years old. So Vishwamitra asked Ram to go and lift the bow, make Janaka happy, and go lift the bow. So Lord Ram simply went there, he took the bow, and and pulled the string, listen. In this way, effortlessly, he was able to lift the bow. Now the same bow is there in Mathura, by which, and this bow is being worshipped every year. It's being worshipped every year. So Kamsa, he had organized this Danu Jaga, the festival of worshipping the bow, by which he had invited many people from all over the city, also from the adjoining cities and all that. And then the cowherd men from Vrindavan, they also went. So they also went. So the previous day, before the day of the wrestling match, so Lord Krishna, he had come, and then Lord Krishna, he actually took the bow and broke it. So Krishna took the bow and broke it. So everyone was very, very surprised that all the cancer soldiers, the guard, they all went there, that who dared to break this bow? Who dared to do this? So they all went there to try to attack Krishna, but Krishna killed them all. Krishna killed them, he and Balaram. They killed all these Kamsa soldiers and guards. From that, when Kamsa heard this, his anxiety became more than double. 10 times his anxiety that, this boy has come. So much so that when he was sleeping at night, he was so full of anxiety. Everything he could see, he could only see the omens, the bad omens of death. Whatever he could see. He could see himself dreaming and the ghost embracing him. He could see himself riding on the donkeys. So many bad things that he was seeing. He was so full of anxiety. He could know that, yes, his end is coming. But still, he wanted to make the final effort to try to kill Krishna. You know, the demons, they always think that they can kill God, but how are you going to kill God? But they think they can kill God. So therefore, they make so many attempts. And then the arena was arranged. And that arena, so Kamsa, he had put Krishna's parents, Vasudeva and Devaki, he had put them because he was sure that Krishna is going to be killed. He was sure. So he had seated the Devaki and Vasudeva on the arena so that they can witness the killing of their sons. So that they can witness the killing. He was very, very sure. And his assurance is that when Krishna is coming to the gate of this arena, big arena, so he had positioned this elephant, Kuvalayapida. He had positioned the Kuvalayapida, the elephant, so that, because this elephant is a very big elephant. It's not a small elephant. It's much bigger than the African elephant. African elephants are very big. They're so huge. You know? But this Kuvalayapida is so huge, it's mammoth, like a monster, that and Kamsa will use this elephant to even kill many people in the past. So many people used the elephant, this Kuvalayapida. So this is the elephant. This elephant, Kamsa was make sure that this elephant should be able to kill Krishna, either by piercing with his trunk or by trampling him. They will be able to kill Krishna and Balaram. And he said, but still, if this elephant is unable to kill Krishna and Balaram, then he has got his wrestlers, Chanura, Mustikas, big wrestler. And this wrestler, they're undefeatable. They are the topmost wrestler, big guys. He said that he's sure that this wrestler will be able to kill Krishna if the elephant cannot kill him, kill both Krishna and Balaram. So there is one verse, one of the verse which glorify Krishna. This verse said that what's that verse? Very famous. That Vasudeva Sutan Devan, Vasudeva Sutan Devan. Kamsa Chanura Mardanam, Devaki Paramananda, Krishna Bhante Jagadguru. Very nice verse to clarify Krishna. That Kamsa Chanura Mardanam. So, which Mardanam means the killer of Kamsa, the killer of Kamsa and Chanura. So, this whereby Krishna is being glorified that way. So, of course, how this killing is going to take place. We're going to hear this, later on, because this chapter is about the killing of the Kuvalayapida, and also the conversation which took place between Chanura and Krishna. That time when Krishna and Balaram, when they came to Mathura, they were just young boys. They were 12 years old. Because Krishna was in Vrindavan for 11 years and 7 months. Is it 7 or 9 months? He was not even 12 years old when he came from Vrindavan to Mathura. So Krishna was just young boy. Krishna and Balaram were young boy. But they were young boy. They are not ordinary young boy. Not ordinary. This is the Supreme Personality of God himself. So in this verse, whereby Sukadeva Goswami is, he's saying Ata Krishna's child, Rama's child, that he specifically said that Krishna and Ram, he was. Now, he want, because normally every verse of Bhagavatam is to convey the devotion to the Lord, is to convey bhakti to the Lord, every verse in the Bhagavatam. So, for example, in the verse is Parantapa, which is the referring to Parikshit Maharaj. Paranta means the chastiser of the enemies. So this is referring to Parikshit Maharaj. And Parikshit Maharaj, he has got a very keen intelligence by which he'll be able to get out the meaning of what Sukadeva Goswami was trying to say. Because when he says something, so Parikshit Maharaj is able to understand. So it's being referred to in this text exactly Parantapa. There are, of course, there are not too many commentaries on this text, except some of the commentaries which are got with some other authors, some other acharyas. That when he says Krishna's child, Rama's child, that Lord Rama is the embodiment of our sadhana, which means we are performing sadhana bhakti. So Ram is the embodiment of sadhana, and because Ram is the guru, Samasti Guru. You have Samasti Guru and then you have Vyasti Guru. The combination of four guru is Balaram, is the combination of all the gurus. And then Samasti Guru is the individual guru by which we initiate us. And of course, that individual guru is a representative of Balaram. So Balaram is the Samasti Guru, and he's the embodiment of sadhana. So which means if sadhana is done properly, then the goal is attained. Prameya, who's Prameya? The attainment. Krishna is Prameya. Prameya means who we attain, or the Prayojan, the attainment of Krishna. So which means if our sadhana is done properly, we done properly according to following the authorities, the Guru, Sadhu, Sastra, and follow the realm of devotional service, then ultimately we attain Krishna. Krishna is attained. He is the goal of life. So, for example, we find that the Bhagavatam, which contains 12 cantos, and Bhagavatam contains 10 different subjects, because being a Mahapurana, so 10 different subjects. We start from creation, Atah, Saga, Visaga, Scha, like that. So start from creation. And then the topmost is Ashraya, the Samambonam. And that Samambonam is the attainment of Krishna. That's the attainment of Krishna. That's the Samambonam. So which means by the time you read Bhagavatam from the first canto, by the time you reach 10th canto, you will become a pure devotee of Krishna. You become Krishna's pure devotee. So this is what Sukadeva Goswami is trying to point out here to Parikshit Maharaj. So he is referring to him here as Parantapa. Now he mentioned here Kita Sauchao, that they executed necessary purification. So now what does this mean? That they executed necessary purification, that they had to purify themselves first. Now, this has been explained. Of course, there's mention here, which cited the Siddha Swami, who said that having executed all necessary purification. So, which means it's 2 days previously, Krishna and Balaram has executed their purification. So, what kind of purification is that? It's Krishna is God. He does not have to be purified of anything, because the sinful activity does not touch him. Is not touched by sinful activity. So what kind of purification is he having? Just like when Krishna killed Aristasura, the big demon. Aristasura is the calf demon, Aristasura. So after Krishna killed the demon, Arista, so the gopis said that, well, you've killed a calf, so therefore we cannot play with you. We cannot play with you because you've become sinful, so we cannot because you've killed the calf. Even though calf was a demon, but still the gopis, they were accusing Krishna of killing the calf. So, and then the Krishna then asked the gopis that, what shall I do to purify myself of these sins, the so-called sins of killing the calf? So the gopis said that, well, if you bathe in all the places of pilgrimage, then you can be purified. Which means on all the holy rivers, that you can be purified. So Krishna said, okay, I'm going to call all the holy rivers to come here. So Krishna, with his foot, he pierced with his foot, he was able to create a Shamkund. So, and then after creating the Shamkund, then he called all the holy rivers to come. Ganga, Yamuna, Kaveri, so many more there, Tati, all these holy rivers. So they all came to Vrindavan, and they all identified themselves to Krishna and the Gopi, that, oh, I am Ganga, I'm Yamuna, I'm Tapti, I'm Kaveri, Godavari, all these holy rivers, they all there. And then all of them, at the request of Krishna, so they feel Shamakun. And then Krishna said, okay, I am purifying myself, so he took bath in the Shamakun. But this is just pastime only. The Lord does not have to purify himself for anything. He is the supreme purifier. Just like the sun touches, whatever it touches, it purifies everything. Similarly also, the Lord is just like when we chant the Gayatri mantra, we say, Om Bhuva Swata Sabin Variam Bhagavad-Gita. So the mantra is like the supreme purification. But for the sake of pastime, then the Lord performed this Naralila, the human-like pastimes, whereby performing human-like pastime, there are certain activities by which a person is supposed to perform as a human. Because being performed human-like pastimes, then devotees, they are able to relate. They are able to relate to the Lord. Another example is when Lord Balaram, when he was traveling, that time, this was during when the Kauravas and the Pandavas, when they were about to fight. So that time, Lord Balaram, he said, I'm not going to take part in the fighting. I'm not going to support anybody. So he decided to go on a place of pilgrimage. So when he was traveling, he came to Naimisaranya. So when he came to Naimisaranya, at that time, all the sages, they were discussing Puranas. Purana discussion was going on. And that time, the person who was making discussion was Ramasan. So now, when Balaram came, all the sages, they all got up because they know who Balaram is, that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So they all got up to offer their obeisances. But Ramasan Sutta, because he was sitting on the Vyasasan, he did not get up. So he think himself to be above Balaram. I mean, you are reading scriptures and you forget to know, you don't know the goal. Who are you reading the scripture for? What is scripture? What is the goal of the scriptures? There's a one verse that said that Vede Ramane Chaiva Purane Bharate Tata Hado Adyancha Mahadecha Harisavatakiyate. This is the scripture. They said that in all the Vedas, in all the Ramayanas, Bharata, and everything. The purpose is to glorify the Lord. The glories of the Lord is sung in all the Vedas, in all the Puranas. The glories of the Lord is sung. But if you are reading the Puranas and you don't know what is the purpose, the Lord himself has come in front of you, by which the glory of what you are reading is mentioned, and you did not get up. This is what Ramaswamy Sutta, that's what he did. So Lord Balaram became angry with him. So he told him that what an upstart. He doesn't even know what he's reading. So Lord Balaram killed him. Lord Balaram killed him on the spot. So when he killed him on the spot, of course all the sages, they became kind of, a little bit afraid that, Lord Balaram has killed this person. And then all of them, they requested Lord Balaram that, dear Lord, yeah, of course, we don't know the purpose of your actions, because how do we know the purpose of the Lord's action? So we don't know the purpose of your actions, but still, we feel like these activities of killing this person, even though, yes, he had done the wrong thing by not properly worship you as you arrive, but still, we feel that this is wrong, that you have killed him. So all the sages, great sages, they all spoke this way to Lord Balaram. So then Lord Balaram said, okay, what do you want me to do? Should I revive him? Should I revive him? The Lord, he can kill, he can also give life. He said, should I revive him? They said, no, you don't have to do that. Because your purpose has been done, but you can engage in some kind of purification. You can engage that in some kind of purification. So Lord Balaram, he decided to travel to all the places of pilgrimage. And of course, so he was traveling, but at the same time, he wanted to avoid going to the battlefield of Kurukshetra. And at the same time, accepting the request of the sages. But at the same time, wherever he goes, he's benedicting. He was benedicting everyone. Everyone he was benedicting, wherever he traveled. So I think this is mentioned in the Mahabharata, all the places that Lord Balaram that he went to. So it's mentioned in this verse that Krishna was assured that Krishna and Balaram they purify themselves. Purification. I think in Krishna Vijay, is it Krishna Vijay? Yeah, I think Krishna Vijay is mentioned that how because the Lord has been when he came to Mathura, he performed so many great activities, so many wonderful activities, which is superhuman activity, but still, Kamsa was not able to realize this. He was still keeping Vasudev and Devaki in prison, and he was intent on killing them. So he was intent on killing them. So the Lord reasoned that this Kamsa is he still want to kill my parents. But at the same time, even though this Kamsa is actually my uncle, because after all, he's the brother of Devaki, so he feel that because killing one's uncle may consider to be, not so good, but killing him will not be wrong, but still the Lord performs some kind of ritualistic, some kind of purification system, and that is did by bathing in the Yamuna. He bathed in the Yamuna. So in the morning, the early morning, he and his brother, and the others also, the Kayat boys, so they all bathed in the Yamuna river. They bathed, So bathing in Yamuna is said to be the topmost process of purification. It's not that one has to perform some particular jaga. So this is what Krishna and Balaram did. And after bathing, and then they can hear the sound coming from the sacrificial arena. They can hear the dundubi, the kettle drums. Actually in Sanskrit, this dundubi is called kettle drum. In my language from Africa, we have this drum called dundu also, whereby you play it. Some of us who are from Africa, we know this. So which means they both have the same names, dundubi. It's a very deep sound that you play. So Krishna and Balaram, they heard these dundubi drums, and they also heard the blowing of horns that is coming from this arena. So as Krishna and Balaram and the other carrier boys said this, so Krishna told his friend, he said, "Oh, let us go there. Let us go there and see what is happening." So they all proceeding to the arena. They are proceeding to the arena. Shrutva drastum ipeyatum. So they went there to see what was happening. And of course now they go to meet Kuvalaya, because as they are entering the gate, it's a huge arena, but as they are entering the gate, so the Kuvalaya, Peter, the elephant, is going to check both Krishna and Balaram. The elephant is going to check them. Now, the one Acharya has also commented that Kuvalaya Peter, he represents the kind of sorrow and sadness that may be there in the life of a devotee. Because normally when we are performing devotional service, usually there's always like a life of struggle, and especially when we have to struggle with our senses, our mind, in trying to, in trying to execute bhakti. The struggle with the senses is always there. The struggle with the mind is always there. So this is very, very sorrowful, very saddening thing. And until we're able to overcome these obstacles, then it'll be difficult to really engage in pure bhakti. And without engagement in pure bhakti, you cannot see Krishna. You cannot have Krishna Darshan. Krishna Darshan is not there. So therefore, the difficulty, the sorrow that is there, this has to be killed by Krishna. Must be killed by Krishna. So therefore, Kuvalaya, who represent the sorrow, death personified, Krishna will come so that he can be killed, and then the wonderful atmosphere of the wrestling arena can be enjoyed by the people. So this is just some explanation that is mentioned, and then of course, then we're going to be going into the subsequent verses of how Krishna came in contact with the Kuvalaya Peter. Krishna will kill him, the elephant keeper, and then the real fun will start. The fun of wrestling, when Krishna and Balaram will be fighting, do wrestling match with all the Kansas wrestlers, Chanura, Mustika, and many, not just two of them, there are many other fighters, big wrestlers who are there. So all of them, they will all fight with Krishna and Balaram, and all of them, of course, they be killed, and then the re-episode of killing of Kamsa comes. So I'm going to stop here. If there's any question or comment, you can please go ahead. Yeah, you want to ask a question? Is it?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you
Hare
for the very
Krishna.
nice class. Prabhuji, you just said that Kuvalayapid represents the sorrow in the life of a devotee.
Yeah.
So, can you just elaborate a bit on that? That would be helpful.
Yeah, it's kind of very technical thing. Just like in his book, Sri Krishna Stamita, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he listed so many demons who are killed by Krishna. Many demons. Kesi, Agasura, Bakasura, Aristasura, many demons killed by Krishna. And Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he mentioned each of these demons as the representation of various anarthas that we have. Anartha like lust, greed, false ego, hypocrisy, many things like that, many anarthas that we have. That unless these anarthas are killed, then we cannot really execute bhakti. So Krishna killing all these various demons is a representation of Krishna killing all these anarthas that is there within our heart. So which means if we see ourselves being always be angry, be lusty, or being hypocrite and all that, then we have to pray to Krishna to come and kill that demon within us. When you read chapter 16 of the Bhagavad-Gita, Lord Krishna mentioned the various demonic principles. Lust, greed, anger, damper, pride, all these things represent the demonic principles. So who can kill these demons? Demonic propensity, only Krishna. So Krishna come and kill all these demons. So by killing them, then our heart get purified. So that's how this explains how this Kuvalaya represents the sorrow, that in order to attain the auspiciousness, then the sorrow must be removed in order to attain the auspiciousness. The Lord performed pastime for a reason. All his activity is done for a reason. And that reason is meant to benefit us. It's meant to benefit us, conditioned souls, but who need to get out of this material world. So the Lord performed all these various pastimes for our own benefit. So therefore, every pastime has got a reason. There's a reason for every pastime that the Lord performed. Yeah, you wanted to ask a question? Oh, I thought you raised your hand. Oh, did you raise your hand? No, I thought you raised your hand.
Looks like Lord Shiva have many bows.
Huh?
Looks like Lord Shiva have many bows to break.
No, this one particular bow has been there for...
In Ram Lila
Yes,
also,
it
Lord
was
Ram
there.
was breaking Lord Shiva's bow.
But Lord did not break the ball. He only broke the
String.
string. The bow you said was not
okay.
broken. Krishna broke the bow.
But this was Shiva's bow?
Shiva's bow, yes.
Okay.
Same bow. Can you, this lady at the back? One lady at the back.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you for the class. On the topic of what you were saying about the Kuvalya Pida representing sorrows in the path of bhakti, and then you said Krishna will not be seen unless the heart is purified of all these sorrows. But then Krishna comes and kills the elephant, as in he comes and cleans the heart. So what is that cleaning of the heart contingent upon? Like when will Krishna come and clean the heart of the sorrows? Yeah.
Well, normally this should be done through our chanting. When we chanting very sincerely in the mood of crying to Krishna, when that chanting is done in the mood of crying, then that purification will come. So this is what mentioned in the Chaitanya Bhagavat, that Krishna now Krandana means to cry. That one has to be able to cry for Krishna. Our chanting should be done in that mood of crying intensely. Not that we just chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna. If we finish our run and then throw the beat aside. No. Chanting should be done in the mood of crying to Krishna. And then when we do that, when Krishna sees our sincerity, when we are crying to him, then he will do the necessary to purify us. He make all the arrangements. He made all the necessary arrangements to purify us, basically. Any other points? Comment? Like to comment? Make a comment? Mataji at the back. Devashakti Mataji, like to comment something? Okay. So thank you very much for listening and tolerating my speech. Jai Slepu Paraki. Grant Darshan Bhagavatam ki. Gopi Menande.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Ramo Ramo Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Ramo Ramo Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo Hare Ramo 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo Hare Ramo 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ramo Ramo Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ramo Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Ramo Ramo Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ramo Ramo Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare